So, good morning, Ghana, and welcome to Graphic Online's Ghana Votes, Graphic Online's comprehensive coverage of the 2024 elections. My name is Kweku Zurich, and I'll be leading today's coverage of the elections. In the next 10 hours, over 18 million of us Ghanaians will head to polling stations across the country to decide our nation's next president and members of parliament. We will dive deep into the journey so far, analyzing the campaigns, understanding the stakes, and exploring what this election means for Ghana's future. From the leading candidates to the key issues shaping voter decisions, we will unpack it all over the course of the day. You can keep track of all the day's events by following our social media channels at Graphic GH on X, Daily Graphic on Facebook, Graphic Online TV on YouTube, and our website Graphic Online, www.graphic.com.gh. This broadcast is sponsored by the Graphic News Plus app. You can download the app on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store for all the latest updates on today's elections. Let's dive into the first segment of today's broadcast, where we'll be looking at the campaign journey so far. It's been characterized by prophecies, promises, and some massive campaign rallies over the last 12 months. The journey to Election Day 2024 has been anything but ordinary, from prophecies about the outcome to grand rallies across the country. The campaign trail has been marked by high stakes and intense competition. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia of the New Patriotic Party and John Dramani Mahama of the NDC are undoubtedly the frontrunners, and their campaigns have dominated the headlines, both in the newspapers, on the TV screens, as well as on radio. Dr. Bawumia has championed digitalization, promising to build a modern economy driven by technology and innovation. Meanwhile, Mr. Mahama has based his campaign on experience and a vision for a 24-hour economy, which he claims will create jobs and transform Ghana's fortunes. Today is December 7th, and the decision day for Ghanaians to elect the next leader. These two candidates stand on the brink of history. Dr. Bawumia aims to secure an unprecedented third term for the NPP, while Mr. Mahama could become the first Ghanaian president to return to office after losing power. But the question still remains, who will resonate more with the voters? This pivotal election will reveal it all by the close of day. Now, let's take a look at the voter landscape and the key regions that are likely to decide today's election. Ghana's electoral landscape is diverse, and every vote matters. Over 18.7 million registered voters will cast their ballots at more than 40,000 polling stations across 276 constituencies. Greater Accra, Central and Western regions are pivotal battlegrounds in today's elections. Historically, these regions have been kingmakers, often swinging the results in tight elections. Meanwhile, the Ashanti region remains a stronghold for the ruling New Patriotic Party, and the Volta region continues to be a fortress for the opposition National Democratic Congress. This election also introduces some unique dynamics. First, we can speak about Alan Kojo Tremartin's Movement for Change and Nana Kwame Bediako's independent candidacy, which are poised to influence votes in the Ashanti region, potentially affecting the NPP's traditional dominance. Will these disruptions create opportunities for the NDC to gain ground? Well, time will tell. Now, let's zero in on the two heavyweights, or what some describe as the front runners in today's election. Some see today's election as the fight between Bawumia and Mr. Mahama. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the NPP's presidential candidate, is an economist and a former deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana. He made waves in 2016 with a lecture series that dissected Ghana's economic challenges and resonated with voters. This year, and as vice president, he's been more focused on digitalization as the cornerstone for Ghana's future. John Dramani Mahama, on the other hand, is a seasoned politician who served as president from 2012 to 2016. His campaign slogan, "Building the Ghana We Want," emphasizes experience as a promise to address economic challenges through bold policies like the 24-hour economy. Both candidates have toured all 275 constituencies, making their case to the people. But today's election isn't just about policies. It's about trust, credibility, and the ability of the winning candidates to deliver. I would like to remind our viewers that today's election isn't just about Mahama or Bawumia. We also have at play some small political parties who have a critical role to play in Ghana's democratic progress. While the spotlight remains firmly on the NPP and the NDC, let's not forget these 10 other candidates who are also on the presidential ballots. These individuals represent diverse visions and policies that seek to address Ghana's challenges in unique ways. Here are the names of the other candidates contesting the 2024 presidential election. We have Daniel Lartey of the Great Consolidated Popular Party, Christian Kobna Andrews of the Ghana Union Movement, Kofi Akpallo of the Liberal Party of Ghana, Mohamed Frimpong of the National Development Party, Nana Akosua Frimpong Kumankuma of the Convention People's Party, Hassan Ayariga of the All People's Congress, as well as independent candidates, namely Kofi Koranting, George Chumberi Maidu, Nana Kwame Bediako, and Allen Kojo Chiramatin. Among these candidates, Mr. Allen Chiramatin, the former NPP stalwart, has drawn significant attention. His movement for change, also known as Afrafranto, backed by mainly voters in the Ashanti region, could challenge the dominance of his former party in this stronghold. Similarly, Nana Kwame Bediako, alias Cheddar, has outlined a compelling agenda centered on industrialization, economic freedom, fair wages. His proposals to overhaul education and improve logistics and infrastructure have caught the attention of some voters seeking fresh ideas. The other minority parties, including the CPP, APC, and GCPP, have struggled to gain visibility during this campaign season. Historically, in Ghana's elections, smaller parties have found it very difficult and challenging to make an impact in Ghana's Fourth Republic. They often act as statistical players in the overall and final results. Despite the dominance of the NPP and the NDC, the role of these minority candidates cannot be entirely overlooked. In the event of a runoff, their influence and endorsements could shape the ultimate outcome of this historic election. In our final segment, we'll be delving into the stakes for Parliament, where we'll be exploring the dynamics in the current Parliament and what the future holds. The race for Parliament is just as critical. Currently, the NPP and the NDC are evenly matched, each holding 137 seats. This delicate balance has made parliamentary proceedings highly contentious. The question is, will this election tip the scales? Both parties have campaigned aggressively to secure a majority. For voters, this is an opportunity to shape not just the presidency, but also the legislative agenda for the next 4 years. As Ghana takes in today's elections, the stakes couldn't be higher. This is a defining moment for our democracy, a time to make our voices heard and chart a course for our nation's future. Remember, your vote is your power. Let's head to the polls peacefully and responsibly. I would like to remind all our viewers at home that you can keep track of all the day's happening events, as Graphic has reported dotted across all the 275 constituencies, who will be bringing you breaking news updates on the hour across all our social media channels. We'll also be speaking to some of our reporters in all the 16 regions who will be bringing you live updates as and when they happen. So you can follow all these latest updates on our social media channels at Graphic GH on X, Daily Graphic on Facebook, Graphic Online TV on YouTube, and our website, Graphic Online. Once again, I would like to remind you that we'll be having a live coverage of today's election across these social media channels. Our next broadcast will be coming to you live at 11 a.m., where you can join Mr. Charles Benoni Okain, who will be bringing you the latest updates as they come in. And I'd also like to finally remind you that as soon as there's a breaking news story, you can come to www.graphic.com.gh, Graphic Online, for that much required confirmation, especially in this era of fake news, misinformation, and disinformation. You know Graphic is the brand that you can trust. Thank you for joining us on Graphic Online's Ghana Votes. Stay safe, and may Ghana's democracy continue to shine.